It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on AM 1160 WCCS and 101.1 FM. John Allen proofed the room before he came in. Sometimes he gets a little fired up, but there's nothing throwable anywhere near you, is there, Coach?
No, I think we're pretty stable here. We're pretty good.
John Allen Snyder ready to begin his second season at the helm of the Indiana High Indians. And high school football training camps get underway next week. Man, that was fast, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're telling me. It seemed like yesterday we were collecting helmets, and now we're handing them back out again and getting ready to go.
But I bet you, knowing you, that just as quickly as it seems to have come, it just didn't come fast enough.
That's right, absolutely. This is my happy time. I'm ready to go. I've been waiting all season or all off season for this, and I just can't wait to get out there and be with the kids and get better.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the team in a couple of moments, but I want to talk about training camp and specifically an event that will be the second time around for this Military Day. Is you're establishing it. It's becoming a new tradition.
Yeah, it kind of grew out of Z's Army-Navy Day where they did some different competitions and stuff like that, and we wanted to build on that last year, and I think we accomplished that. And after the event last year, we sat down and said, okay, what worked, what didn't work, what do we want to build this to, what do we want to progress to, and we're here. Friday night it happens, and I'm really excited about it. My wife's done a great job kind of organizing it. This is kind of her and I's baby that we do. This is our thing, and it's turned into something awesome.
So it's going to be Friday the 18th.
Friday the 11th.
This Friday.
Friday the 11th. Doors will open at 6, get started around 6:30.
All right, so give us the concept of Military Day.
The concept is extremely simple, almost too simple. It works perfectly for me. It's just to give anybody that wants to a chance to say thank you and honor their heroes. We talk to our kids about, making a difference all the time and sacrifice. And, we ask them to do so many things for a kid's game, and then you have these people that serve in the military and serve our country and allow us to play a kid's game. It just seems right to say thanks, and that's literally all the premise is. Is we divide the kids up into 4 teams, the 4 branches of the military. They have specific shirts for each branch, and they compete. We have individual events, then we'll move to group events, then we go into entire team events kind of thing, and end it with a good old-fashioned tug-of-war and see who's left standing. And we build on it from last year, and we're hoping that it's an awesome night for everybody and just a chance to say thanks.
Which branch of the military has held the title for the last year?
Last year, Army won, and they have the honor trophy. We have a trophy in the locker room that each year we add the new winner on, and it's made its reappearance in the last couple weeks, so the kids can see it and start talking about it. And I heard some guys talking about it in the weight room today. They can't wait to get out there and do it because they want the honor trophy. They want their team's name on it and stuff like that. And
so the teams have been selected already?
Oh, yeah.
Every kid knows what team he's on?
They don't know what team they're on, but they know they want the honor trophy.
All right. And obviously, if you're honoring and saluting members of the military, you'd love to have as many as possible turn out.
Absolutely. The more the merrier. Anybody that served in any capacity, please come out. You can come onto the field. People a lot of times don't get a chance to go on the field. Please come on the field. Go to your branch. You'll be able to find them based on the colors of their shirt and cheer them on, scream and yell. One of my best memories from last year, and we did it this time of day last year. And we had a grandfather of one of our players who was there along the fence, and I went and talked to his father. And he introduced me, and he said he served in the Air Force. I said, please, sir, come on out. And he was very humble, and he said, no, this is the boys' thing. I said, no, you don't understand. This is for you. This is to say thank you for what you did so long ago and what people continue to do today. And he ended up coming out and just standing in the back and kind of being there but not. And I ended up looking back towards that team at some point 20, 30 minutes later, and this fellow was on the ground screaming and yelling, cheering his team on. I mean, this was an elderly gentleman, and I had to turn away. I mean, I had tears welling up. It was so cool. It was such a neat experience, and that's been my driving force behind it. Is I want to see more things like that. I want these kids to experience that and see what people have done, so they can just go play a kids game on Friday night.
John Allen Snyder is with us, head coach of the Indiana High football team. They're getting set to open training camp next week, just as everybody else is. But this event is coming up this Friday, and I know that you'd love for military veterans to come out, active military
Absolutely.
as well. But it's a chance for their family members to experience this as well.
Absolutely. Anybody is welcome. It's literally, let's pack the stands. We want to try and get as many people there as we can. Families of military, families of the players, relatives, random people walking the street that want something to do on a Friday night. We encourage anybody to come out. We've made it so that it's free admission. There's no cost for this. Nobody's getting anything out of this except for the veterans, us saying thanks. And, we're asking if you want to donate a non-perishable item or toiletry for Team RWB's Parsonage House. We're going to donate everything to them. Mark Arbuckle Nissan has graciously agreed to have a truck there, and our goal is to fill the truck.
Oh, okay.
We want to try and fill the truck with stuff that these people need to help make their life just a little bit better, maybe a little bit easier, again, because they sacrifice so much.
There you go. So that's a challenge to everybody else. Show up Friday, if only for that purpose.
Absolutely.
To make sure that you can help out in that way, help our veterans. But of course, you can also see some fun stuff happening too.
Yeah, we have a lot
you
of
mentioned
cool
the tug of war. What are some of the other events that people can watch?
We have some of the individual events where the coaching staff's working them out right now. It's kind of cool. They like putting their heads together and coming up with whatever crazy idea they come up with. Mm-hmm. We're going to have, just like last year, we're going to have a push-up, sit-up challenge. We're adding some twists to that to make it a little more challenging so that we don't have people doing as many push-ups as they can in an infinite amount of time. You're going to have a finite amount of time to do those. We have a number of relay races. We're talking, I was actually talking with Coach Karoff, our offensive line and strength conditioning guy, today about getting our Prowler sleds out and using them in a certain, pushing, pulling type thing. We have the big tires to flip and stuff like that. And again, Mark Arbuckle is going to graciously let us use one of their big boy trucks. And last year we had a truck pull. This year I don't want to spoil any surprise, but we have a little bit of a twist to that. It's not going to be a truck pull. There's going to be a truck involved, and that's all I can say.
Okay. You'll have to turn out
That's
Friday
right.
to find out. All right. Well, and while we're thinking about this event coming up on Friday and you get a chance for some fun things with the team, the real fun starts Monday. Huh?
Absolutely. My wife knows that the amount of hours of sleep I'm going to get are getting slimmer, and I think in some ways she's really happy that it's time to get back to doing what we do. We're a football family, and it's better. It's better during the season. For us, that we have our structure, and we're back at school teaching, both of us and stuff. So it's really cool. We have a little bit of a cool thing. We're going to have a second baby here right in the middle of the season, right in September. So we're kind of prepping for that and stuff. And she's doing all the incubating of the baby and nesting and all that. And I'm trying to corral our 2-year-old and coach football, and it's a blast. I love it, and I can't wait till Monday to get out there with the kids and see what we got.
So for the sake of the family, training camp is coming at just the right time.
Absolutely.
What's the team look like? What are some of your aspirations for this group of young athletes?
My biggest aspiration is for the kids at the end of the season to walk off the field knowing that they were better at the end because of what they went through and the adversity they faced and all that than they were at the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. Our record will be what it is. I'm not worried about that. I've said to our kids a lot, if we take care of the little things and we take care of the man you see in the mirror and stuff like that, the wins will take care of themselves. We'll be able to compete on Friday night and we'll be able to win ball games. I'm really excited about every single kid on the team. We made the decision this year to bring up the freshmen and not have them as a separate entity. And everybody's always worried when you bring up younger kids to be around older kids. Mm-hmm. I thought our kids did a wonderful job acclimating the younger kids into the group. They're a part of us. They're a part of who we are. They're exciting to watch, these young kids. And then there's the kids that have pined away at their craft and toiled for 3, 4, 2, 1 year. We've got all different shapes and sizes out there, and I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see who decides is going to compete and step up and deal with the adversity that we put them in and that they face on an everyday basis and, life stuff. And, I talk to our kids a lot, football's the greatest free life training you can get. Mm-hmm. And, we try and emulate that and not sugarcoat things and not spoon feed things to them, because nobody does that when you leave.
In the off season, you've obviously had the team working out and doing some things like the 7-on-7 drills and all of that. What has impressed you about what you've seen from them in this off season?
Some of our receivers have really stepped up. I've been really excited. We lost, Ryan Hoff last year. He's over at IUP now. We had a bunch of other receivers that were role players: Chad Truman, Braden Lorelli, Mikhail Bajwa, or Daniel Bajwa, guys that just were role players and did their job, and it kind of left the door open to who's going to step up. And Tommy Arbuckle has become a leader of that receiving corps. We were able to get Carlos Carter out, which is a big thing for us. He's a big basketball kid, and I think Carlos has seen that football can help him be a better basketball player. And he has acclimated perfectly into us. Danny Millen, Chase Cunningham, some of these younger receivers, guys that haven't got their shot are going to get their shot. And they've seized the moment so far. The competition has been lighter. It's off-season stuff, but, they've been exciting. Luke is always exciting to coach. He's just a grinder. He's a kid that wants to get better all the time. I love coming to work knowing that I got this kid to work with.
Yeah.
And we secured a backup for him. Austin Homer decided, he's a young kid, decided he's going to play. He's a lefty, which is kind of neat for me because I'm left-handed, and I think it's the first left-handed quarterback I've ever coached.
Yeah.
He's coming into the fold. He's, learning from Luke and stuff like that. So that's exciting. Our offensive line and defensive line, that's going to be our heartbeat. Any football coach will tell you that's
Sure.
where it happens. And our guys are exciting. We've taken film on the last couple practices of Heat Week, just in some of our group sessions and stuff like that. And it's been fun to sit and watch the film and go, holy cow, look at this lineman running 30 yards downfield to escort his guy into the end zone, or that kind of thing. Because we've made a big emphasis on that offense and defensively, to get our guys 11 to the ball. 11 to
Sure.
B is what we call it. And it's trickled into offense. I mean, you usually don't see linemen sprinting down after they've completed a block to get somebody else. And that's what we want to try and create. And it's been exciting.
John Allen Snyder with us. Just a moment left now for you to tell folks again the deal for Friday night. Absolutely. Is what time the doors open. When do you want them to be there?
August 11th, 6 o'clock, the doors will open. We'll get started about 6:30. It's our second annual military night. Admission is free. We ask that if you could donate a non-perishable or toiletry item for the Parsonage House at Team RWB. And please just come out, help us salute and thank our heroes, and come out for a fun night of something different. Football's not here yet, but we're going to try and get as close as we can.
Sounds great. John Allen, thanks for coming in to visit.
Thank you so much, as always.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It's AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM.